In the sun-scorched hills of Chaparral, California, the battle between man and beast plays out under tight legal scrutiny. Hunting wild boars here isn't a chaotic free-for-all, it's a calculated mission bound by strict regulations. Only licensed hunters armed with legal firearms or bows are allowed to take part. But legality doesn't make the challenge any easier. These boars are no ordinary prey. They're sharp-witted, thick-skinned, and dangerously unpredictable. Still, we knew the stakes. One day without action could mean another night of destruction as these invaders creep ever closer to the city's edge. And so, with precision and purpose, our team set out, not just to hunt, but to defend what's left of peace in Chaparral. After finalizing our game plan, the team quietly dispersed into the rugged landscape of Chaparral, California. Each of us was armed and alert, moving slowly through thick brush under the glare of the late afternoon sun. Roughly 30 minutes into the search, the silence broke. A massive wild boar barreled downhill through a thicket straight toward me. It was so sudden, I had mere seconds to react. Only 4 meters away, I steadied my aim and pulled the trigger. The first shot hit, but the beast tried to pivot and escape. I quickly followed up, this time, a clean kill. Off in the distance, the barking of our hunting dogs signaled fresh movement nearby. Tracking the sound through the trees, I spotted 2 more boars attempting to sneak through the dense woods. My position was tight, branches obstructing most of my view, but years of hunting had sharpened my instincts. I waited for one to pause, then took my shot, a perfect hit. The second boar bolted uphill, dodging between tree trunks. I exhaled slowly, refocused, and squeezed off another round. A second takedown, just seconds apart. Encounters like these remind us why wild boars are so difficult to manage. They're smart, unpredictable, and thrive in thick terrain. In California alone, it's estimated that over 400,000 feral pigs roam the state, causing millions in agricultural damage annually. Continuing along the mountain's edge, I noticed signs of frequent boar activity, overturned soil, hoofprints, and broken saplings. These animals tend to use forest roads and game trails to move more efficiently. But unlike deer, they don't creep across cautiously. They rush. You've got seconds to react, miss that moment, and they're gone. Climbing to a rocky outcrop overlooking a valley, I spotted a massive herd, over a dozen boars, tearing through the brush. I raised my rifle, heart pounding. But in the adrenaline and dust, my shots missed. They vanished like ghosts behind the hill, the only evidence of their passing a trail of flattened leaves and silence.
La oğlum git. Şöyle atsana la.
We pressed on as the sun dipped low, casting long shadows across the lowland. That's when I heard it, heavy snorting coming from within a patch of dry shrubs. I crouched low, bow in hand. Then it appeared, a lone boar, trotting unaware across an open clearing just meters ahead. I held my breath and loosed the arrow. The shot struck clean in the head. The animal dropped instantly. Not every shot that day found its mark, but this final one did. In a state where wild pigs breed prolifically, a single sow can birth up to 24 piglets a year. Every successful hunt matters. And as long as they roam these hills, our fight to protect the land continues.
Çok güzel. Oo.
Louisiana's swamps and pine-covered highlands are more than just a postcard of the South. They're a battlefield in the ongoing fight against invasive wild boars. With their population estimated at over 900,000 in the state alone, wild boars have become a severe threat, causing nearly $76 million in agricultural and ecological damage annually across Louisiana. Our latest mission brought us deep into a licensed hunting ground in northern Louisiana, a region where thick humidity, tangled terrain, and relentless insects test even the most experienced hunters. This was no leisurely weekend outing. Here, every shot counts, and every mistake has consequences. From the moment we arrived, we knew we were in for a challenge. The team quickly dispersed into the brush, each of us taking position near feeding zones and trails known to attract sounders. Within minutes, Alicia, the only woman on our squad in a crack shot, spotted movement below her stand. With calm focus, she raised her rifle and fired. The boar dropped instantly, our first clean takedown of the day. That moment set the tone. The hunt had officially begun, and morale was high. My position was nestled inside a pre-built blind, camouflaged perfectly with the surrounding cypress trees. From there, I spotted a group of smaller wild pigs, distracted by the bait pile. These weren't the largest hogs we'd seen, but any reduction helps the cause. Quietly adjusting my scope, I zeroed in. The trigger clicked, and a sharp report cracked through the stillness. One pig collapsed instantly, the rest scattering in all directions.
Right.
Invasive or not, there's a deep respect in the stillness that follows a shot. It's a reminder of why we're here, not just to hunt, but to restore balance. Nearby, Baldric, one of our most seasoned hunters, had eyes on a full sounder grazing in a clearing. Instead of rushing in, he used the wind and the shadows, waiting behind a tall pine until two of the biggest boars presented themselves. When they finally relaxed and lowered their heads, he took his shot. Boom. One dropped instantly, the other bolted. These moments demand patience and precision, two things Baldric has mastered over decades.
Jeez.
As the afternoon sun dipped lower, Lloyd fired up the truck and scouted deeper into the zone, aiming for one of the automated feeders known to be a hotspot. Sure enough, several boars were already circling the area, drawn in by the scent. He moved in slowly, lined up his shot, and delivered a perfect hit. With daylight fading, we began the long walk back when, out of nowhere, we saw them, a massive group, from piglets to full-grown adults, casually feeding near a trail. I picked the largest and let instinct take over. The recoil, the drop, the silence after, it all happened in seconds. The last shot of the evening came from Jason, deep in the heart of the pine woods. A lone 200-kilogram boar, weaving through the trees with caution, was his target. It paused, sniffing the air, maybe sensing us. Jason steadied his aim. Then, boom. A single powerful shot. The beast collapsed on the spot, its dark, bristled body blending with the forest shadows. That moment, like so many before it, wasn't just a victory for our team, it was a small win for Louisiana's farmers and native wildlife. Because beyond the thrill, wild boar hunting here is about defending land, livelihoods, and the fragile balance of nature itself.